Today we're going to talk about the Florida real estate market. We're going to look at data points to help us understand whether or not the market has crashed thus far and what may be ahead of us. This video is going to be very much a stream of consciousness. I haven't really prepped much for this video at all other than having pulled up some charts. I just want to talk to you about the real estate market very freely. My goal has always been to provide you with as much value when it comes to real estate and just knowing how to work the market so you can make the best decision for you. Now, if you're new to my channel, I'm Katrin.pfitzenreiter. I'm a real estate agent in the Sarasota County and Manatee County region. So let's get right into this video. First off, I thought it was important to do this video because it's actually been quite a bit of time since I talked about the real estate market and the different data points. Also, I hear quite a lot of people that I'm talking to on the phone saying, well, we're just going to wait a little bit while longer while the prices continue to crash in Florida. And that made me feel like, you know what, I need to educate the public as to what's been happening in Florida. I understand that there's a lot of different YouTubers out there and you have different options in terms of where you can get your content, because there's certainly lots of crash videos out there. Crash videos on YouTube especially can garner a lot of money. These crash videos, a lot of them have been going on for over 2 years. And so let's look at the data and see what's truly been happening. And hopefully towards the end of this video, you're gonna have a much better idea of A, what has been happening in the Florida real estate market, and then B, provide you with more information so you can make the right decision for you. There's essentially a tale of two stories here. If you're on the west side in California, some of the prices have dramatically come down. Now, if you're in Florida, prices have held up or in some cases have even gone up. Now, I always refer to the median price and not the average price. And that's because it's a much better indication of what the market truly is doing. And so what I wanted to share with you is a definition of the median price. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I still see quite a lot of people talking about the average price. And the average price certainly has its place when it comes to analysis, but not when we're looking at a general market trend analysis. So I'm going to read this to you. The median sales price is the preferred metric when understanding the marketplace. Since it's less volatile, it makes month-over-month comparisons more stable and isn't as influenced by sales that are above the normal price. So in statistics speak, that one high-priced home sale will be an outlier because its price is outside of the typical sales price in that area. Including outliers in statistics is dangerous because it can potentially misrepresent the overall market. Why am I sharing this for you? Because I think it's important that you understand why I'm always referring to the median sales price. Also, if you're doing your own analysis, I encourage you to do the same. So having said that, let's get right into some of the charts that I have pulled up here. Okay, we're gonna tap into SunStats, which is the data portal for Florida realtors. Okay, so you have to be a Florida realtor to be able to access this portal. And we're going to look at the median sales price, and I actually have time frame January 2018 selected up until April 2023, April being the last month for which we have data for. And we're going to look at the median sales price. What I first wanted to show you is comparing this line here, right, visually to what it would look like if we were to look at the average sales price. There it is. Median, average. You can see that the average sales price from a trend perspective, right, just visually is extremely choppy. So much better indication of how the market is faring if we're looking at the median sales price, and that's what we're going to do today. So many of you that I talk to on the phone say that you want to wait a little while longer while the prices continue to drop. In Florida, prices usually are going to be higher in the peak season, which for us is Q1 and Q2. So when we look at peak and trough in terms of prices, there's usually a 2 to 6% price difference, right? The prices when compared year over year for Florida have not been below same time last year. That is super important. So for example, we're looking at April 2023. The median sales price is now $410,000 for a single family home. In comparison to last year, it was actually $410,000. So right now we're matching last year, same time in April. March, so the months prior, we were at $405,000. That was actually above same time last year, where it was at $396,000, just slightly above. You can actually see the percentage changes here. We might actually come in below same time last year for the very first time in May and June. And why do I say that? Because the interest rates went up right around February into March, then it started going back down again. And the debt ceiling crisis, right, that put a lot of people on hold. And I think we're going to see the ripple effect of people waiting on the sidelines yet again in a few months from now, meaning we're going to see some effect in May and in June. But point being is that the prices have not crashed in Florida. So anybody saying that Florida as a whole prices are crashing, Now median time to contract, back in May of 2022, it was historically low at 8 days. I mean, these homes were literally selling like pancakes. Now that's all changed, right? The high was in February when it was actually 43 days median time to contract. So it wasn't uncommon for a home to sit on the market, and it still isn't actually, for over a month. Doesn't mean that the home has any problems. Now that's dropped down to about 31 days. And that's very cyclical, just like prices are. But what I also want to point out is, and that's one of the reasons why I chose 2018 and 2019, because to me, these periods here are a period where the real estate market was much more normalized. That was pre-COVID days. And so what we're seeing is the normalization of the marketplace. A lot of us will say that there's a slowdown, when in reality, it's not really a slowdown. It's just what it used to be before COVID days. So let's look at some more data points here. Let's look at cash sales as a percentage of closed sales. I think that's a really important number for you to wrap your head around, because it just goes to show you how many cash transactions still happen today. So as of April of 2023, 30% of the transactions are cash. Don't get me wrong, finance, mortgage opportunities are strong offers, especially in today's world. That wasn't necessarily the case last year, where cash was king, and we still have a lot of people who come in here, lots of money, and they're purchasing in cash. And sometimes they're purchasing their second and third home in Florida in cash. I hear a lot of people saying that during a recession, the real estate market has to be crashing because people are going to be losing their jobs, people are going to have to foreclose on their homes, and the stock market is going to tank, so people are going to lose a lot of money. And what I wanted to do is show you this chart here. It indicates the median sales price of houses sold for the United States. This is actually for new residential homes, but it's going to give you a good idea of how prices fluctuate during recessions. So what you'll see here is yearly prices from 1963 all the way up to 2022. And in gray are US recessions. And so notice the line here. These are the prices going into the recessions. 1970 prices actually have gone up. 1974 prices have gone up. So they either go up or they're holding steady, for the exception of 2008. But that is different, right? We're not in the same situation because people can actually afford the homes that they've purchased. So now a natural question to ask is, why do the prices hold pretty well during a recession? And I think there's essentially two reasons for it, probably more, but two reasons that come to mind here for me. And that is, first off, those people who have money invested in the stock market may want to pull that out, because the stock market typically gets hit pretty hard during a recession. And many of them may want to put it into the real estate market because it's considered a much safer investment. Also during recessions, the mortgage interest rates typically come back down again, and so it does open up opportunities for many people. Just to kind of finish this part out here, talking about the recession, this is what Sean Snaith actually said. Compared to what Florida went through in the two previous recessions, the next recession will be more akin to a tropical depression. And I can tell you, I would take a tropical depression over a hurricane any day. So I hear a lot of you guys saying the prices have gone up so much over the last 2 or 3 years. it's got to be a bubble. There's just no way it can continue to go up, right? And so what I've decided to do is to look at historical data up until 1963, and this is actually for new residential sales. And so I went back and analyzed the data. This is actually from the Federal Reserve economic data to see what the percentage changes were year over year. And so basically anything you see marked in red, percentage changes, are in the negative. And so from 1963, we were in the negative 5 times. Anything else were positive. Now, I've heard some people say, well, the last 3 years we've had major price increases. According to this data here, it was approximately 38% from 2020 to 2022. So then I started looking at major price increases going back in history. And I came to 1976 to 1978, where prices grew by 37%. And then see what happened after that. It just continued to grow. But it wasn't until 13 years later when prices dropped. And then in this case, actually just slightly by -2%. And so can prices continue to increase into 2024 and 2025? I think absolutely, if demand outpaces supply. Prices are dictated by supply and demand. That's all there is to it, essentially. As long as there's demand over supply, prices will continue to increase. If it's below supply, that's when you're going to see prices come down. Mortgage brokers and lending institutions have a good system in place to ensure that those people who they're giving mortgages to can actually afford paying it off, right? And so looking at distressed sales right now in the marketplace, it's at a historical low. The affordability of homes here is far less than what it was 3 years ago, especially with the wages not keeping up versus the price increases that we've seen over the last few years. Florida has very much become a story of the haves and the have-nots, unfortunately. And those people who have the money to purchase, who have the income to afford a mortgage, many of them don't even reside in Florida. Many of them are coming from places such as New York, New Jersey, Chicago, California. And that demand has increased, especially since COVID days, because of remote work possibilities. So the question you have to ask yourself is, will there be continued demand going to Florida? Is remote work here to stay? And will the mortgage interest rates go back down again? Now do me a favor, if you found value in this video, like this video, does help out the video's performance, also the channel's performance. If you have any questions in terms of the real estate market, call me, email me anytime. And if you're looking to purchase or sell in the Sarasota County, Manatee County area, I would love to be your realtor of choice. Call me, email me anytime. And thank you so much for tuning in today. I always appreciate when you guys do. Take care.